Hello and welcome back to my craft room. I've got quite a lot to cover in this video, but I don't want it to be going on too long. I've just a few things I've got to remember. So first of all, I wanted to show you how I got on with my shawl. I finished my crochet shawl. You might remember, if you're a regular viewer, I had a stitch kit subscription box. Not a few weeks before Christmas, I decided to have a look at some UK-based craft subscription boxes, and Stitch Kit very kindly offered to send me a box to review, which is lovely. And I got to fill in a questionnaire. I love the way they work. They have basically 6 different disciplines. So there's sewing, like cross stitch and embroidery, there's dressmaking, there's crochet, knitting, amigurumi I think they have as a separate one. I can't remember the other one, but there's basically 6 things. You can, if you subscribe to them, you can choose just one of those things, or you can choose to have a mixture of those things. And you fill in a questionnaire which tells them all about your likes and dislikes, what colours, what kind of things you like doing, and they make up a custom box for each customer, which I thought was brilliant. So the one they sent to me was the $19.99 option, so it's a monthly $19.99 for the box, and I just gave them a choice of things and left it to them to choose. I told them I like bright colours. Crochet was one of the things that I suggested, and crochet is what I got, and it was to make this shawl. And I just said I love bright colours, and they sent me this amazing this beautiful variegated wool by Stylecraft called Head Over Heels. It's meant for, I think it's designed for making socks and things with, so I was a bit worried it's going to be socks, but it wasn't. And all I've got left is this, where I started off doing a shawl and couldn't, I felt like this shape was wrong, so I started again, and I've got a little bit left here. There were all these extra bits, so you also got the hook, this cute little pair of scissors, an emery board. I don't tend to use them on my nails, but they're very useful in the craft room for all sorts of things. There was this lovely little, I'm a sucker for a tiny tin, lovely little tin with the llamas on, and these little stitch markers, which of course are always very useful with crochet. And then this with the Stitchcraft logo on. Stitch Kit, not Stitchcraft, Stitch Kit logo on. So it's one of those, somebody had to point out to me, I was feeling a bit sick. Of course, it's one of those trolley tokens. I don't know if you have these. If you're watching from the States, let's bring you down a bit. If you're watching from the States, I don't know if you have these or not, but our supermarket trolleys, you have to put a £1 coin in, and you haven't always got one handy, especially these days when we use credit cards all the time. So it's handy to have one of these on your keychain, because you can just use this and it will release the trolley for you. So very useful thing to have around. And here is how my shawl turned out. I am so pleased with it, absolutely delighted with it. I've still got this slightly odd shape here, which is what I thought was wrong, but I did it 3 times. This is my 3rd time, and it just kept coming out that shape, so I can only think it's meant to be like that. Maybe that is what you hang it by. I don't know, but anyway, when it's on, you don't even see it. I've taken some pictures because I thought it's going to be hard to show you, so I've taken some pictures. I'm going to put them in here. So hopefully we'll have just seen some pictures, and I've now come back to myself. Absolutely love this. It definitely needed blocking, which I just did. Basically all I did was soak it in some warm water with a little bit of hand soap and some conditioner in it, and then I spread it out flat to dry on a towel. And I decided I didn't need to do any more with it. Sometimes you have to iron it. I've got it's like an interlocking, it's meant as a gym mat, but it's really good for blocking crochet on. But it'll work really well for squares and things, but it just wasn't big enough to use for this, so I couldn't do it. Normally I'd pin out the squares and things, but yeah, with this it worked. Just spreading it out flat to dry worked really well. I just love it, and I can wear it, like I've probably just shown you in the photographs, I can wear it as more like a scarf as well. but it's perfect to go with the dress I will have shown you in the photos, which is what I got for my sort of winter dress for this year. I say for this year, like I'm going to get a different one next year. I won't. I wear things to a frazzle and very rarely go clothes shopping. It's not something I love doing. Not what I like to spend my money on. But I thoroughly enjoyed doing this. Let me come back to the desk again in a minute. By the time I'd done a couple of the pattern repeats, I didn't have to look at the pattern too much. I could sit and watch the telly while I did it, and really enjoyed it. And I was very impressed on the whole with the box, with everything you got in the box, with how suited it was to me. It's as if a friend had chosen it for me. For £19.99, what a bargain that was. It's lovely quality wool. There it is, 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide. It feels lovely. It feels really nice, and it was just lovely to use. I was so impressed with this box that I actually bought a gift voucher for a friend for Christmas as well, and she's just let me know she has chosen a mystery sewing box. So she hasn't had her questionnaire to fill in yet, so possibly that will happen, because we're still on the holiday weekend, aren't we? So possibly that will happen when they process the order. We don't know yet. I'll let you know. One of the reasons I thought this was perfect as a voucher to give a friend is that there was she can choose. She can still get a surprise. It will be a surprise box, but she can choose which of those crafts she would like it to be, sewing or knitting or crochet or whatever. And I know she enjoys all sorts of things the same as me, so and she'll have some input. She'll be able to let them know what her preferences are and things. So, and judging by my one experience, it's very good value. And that the way they custom build that box for you is just very impressive. I haven't come across anyone else that does that. Part of the reason why I wanted to come and show you that now is that Stitch Kit did give me a discount code for 20% off your first box. I will share that code in the description box below the video, and you've got until the end of January to use it, so it's not too late. You could treat yourself or treat a friend. I'm assuming you can use it for a one-off box as well as for a subscription. I don't know, actually. They just said 20% off your first box. So I thought I'll come on and let you know that now, in case you want to take advantage of it. I just think I was very, very impressed with this box. I must send them some photos, actually, of how the finished project turned out. So that's that. Now, what else was I going to show you? Don't make New Year's resolutions as such, but one of them should be make notes before you start a video. Yes, I know what it was. So in a recent video, I mentioned that one of the projects that I'm going to be starting 2024 in January is going to be a little series of projects inspired by Golden Hands, which was a handicraft magazine series back in the 70s. I remember my mum having it, and a lot of people will remember their mums having it, and I was actually lucky enough to get given the whole collection. So it's 75 issues, and it's in 4 volumes. I've got it handy and I've taken it downstairs to look at. It's in 5 volumes, and it covers all kinds of handicrafts, and lots of them have come back around again, lots of them never went away, and all of the advice and things, although the styles may be a little bit too vintage, some advice and tips and things are still very relevant, and some of the projects you could just do again now. They're definitely, there's some lovely little crochet tops and things you could definitely wear now. So I would like to, about once a month or so, I'm going to pick a project from one of these issues. In this recent video, I asked people to let me know in the comments which of 5 projects they would like to see me do. So there was a crochet pot holder, perhaps a little bit too simple. There was embroidering on net, so quite kind of wide, like mesh, which I do quite fancy doing. There was canvas work buttons, frogging, which is, for anybody that doesn't know, is when you get the kind of coiled cord that you use to loop around a button to fasten a jacket. You see them on like military jackets and things like that. So yeah, the frogging, the buttons, the net embroidery, crochet, and pattern darning, as kind of like, it's a bit like the visible mending trend. So in a way it is something that has come back around again. There are a few people who did comment, and I think far and away the most popular idea was the canvas work buttons. So that's what I wanted to mention today, and to show you what I've got ready to do this project if you'd like to join me. So obviously you'll need some canvas, but you only need quite little pieces to do buttons. And I think you could adapt it to be anything you can embroider on. I might have a little experiment with a few different ideas. So let me just show you what I've got here ready for this project, because I thought if you want to join in and have a go with me, you could get hold of these. So I got these on Amazon for £6.49. And one of the nice things was it came with absolutely no plastic packaging at all. Now I have put the two separate parts of the buttons in two separate bags. They're bags that I kept and recycled from something else. It actually came with no plastic packaging at all, which I thought was brilliant. And for £6.49 I chose these really big size, because I thought it would give me more scope. And I'm probably going to use these buttons to fire some bags or journal wraps, things like that, books, so I wanted them to be, I thought, let's get the chunkiest ones. So I got 10, you get 10 of these. The two pieces fit together. You wrap the fabric around here, the fabric that you've embroidered on, or just normal fabric. And then you it also has this tool with it. You wrap it around there, you place it so that the part of your design is, your design is central or whatever. You put it in there. I guess you can double check by looking through there that it is definitely placed correctly. And then obviously your fabric will be overlapping. You put this in here. I'm not going to do it. The reason I've kept these separate is they do tend to get stuck in there. And then you can put this on the top and you can push to clamp them together. Remains to be seen how well these will work. I'm not personally recommending them because I haven't actually tried this yet, but I see no reason why it shouldn't work. The reviews looked good, and I had a good old shop around before I found these at a good price. I put that one in the wrong one. So that is those, and they come in all different sizes, right down to quite dinky ones. These are 38 mils or 1.5 inches. You might want to wait and see me do it. I'm going to start this next week. You might want to wait and see how I get on with this before you fork out for them. Well, you might already have, I'm sure a lot of people already have different brands of cover buttons. So that's that. The other thing I just wanted to show you while I'm here, I've been doing that tatting just recently. Haven't got any, I have got some of my, so proud of my tatting. So I have been using this needle, which is one that I happen to have. I had it for doll making, but I wanted to see if I could get a longer needle that might make it a little bit easier. So I got these also on Amazon, and they were only £2.99 for 3 needles, so about £1 each. And look at the packaging. Now, if they can do it, why can't everybody do it? No plastic, no annoying blister packaging where you've got to throw the plastic away. It came in a card envelope, which I can reuse rather than recycle. This will get recycled, but the needles are all inside this paper straw with just a little piece of paper glued on the end, and then the whole thing was inside this little paper envelope. Brilliant! Why can't everybody do that? So I just wanted to say so if you want to have a go at needle tatting, these are pretty good, and they sell them as upholstery needles, and all the reviews were saying really good things about how good they've found them, how strong they are. They use them for, a lot of people will use them when they've made cover buttons. They're doing button back upholstery, so they need to be really long and really strong for that. So I think these will work. They're probably a bit longer than I need really for tatting. But I want to have a go. At the moment I'm just using this crochet cotton that I have already, but I want to have a go at perhaps using some thicker yarns and things as well to do some chunky tatting with. So I thought might as well get a bigger needle, and it's got quite a nice large eye, so I could get quite chunky yarn through that, couldn't I? So done my crochet shawl show and tell. Mentioned about the buttons. It's going to be the chosen project from Golden Hands for January. Showing you the big needles and the cover button set. Got so many projects on the go. I don't want to bombard you with all of them right now, but just to remind you that I will be starting the colour inspiration journal this coming week. Hopefully I'll start on Monday, but I might not get the video out until Tuesday. I've got my sketchbook I showed before that I'm going to be keeping as my as my journal. But one of the first assignments that I'll be following along with is to actually make a little mini journal. So I've been collecting up some oddments of different types of paper. Some of it's empty envelopes and things like that. It's a calico, all kinds of things. I did mention it all before, that I'm gonna make up my own little mini journal with. So, you know, major recycling. Anything that, it's nice to have all different kinds of textures of paper. Some of the Amazon packaging and things you could use. I'm gonna use some of my smaller offcuts of calico are going to go in there. Probably some of the paper out of this sketchbook, because I will be removing some of the pages to give it more room for more thickness, because I know I'm going to be putting some quite fat things in there. So that is the book I'm going to be kind of following along with. That is one of the first assignments, is to make a little miniature journal. So that's what I'm going to be looking at first. But I'm going to be pulling in inspiration from lots of different books as well, and putting my own spin on it very much. I'm so excited that quite a few people have said they're going to join me. I've been really looking forward to this. I'm actually quite excited to have Christmas done and dusted now. I can crack on with all these amazing projects that I want to get started on. And one more thing to mention is, so I'm recording this on the 30th of December. It will probably go out tomorrow on the 31st, New Year's Eve, a week from today. So Saturday the 6th of January at 8 p.m. UK time, it's time for one of our live streams where Tom and I stream on YouTube from my craft room. We call it Saturday Night In. If you've not joined us before, do try and join us. It's a lot of fun, and the more the merrier, and it's nice to join in with a live chat and everything. I always have some kind of project on the go, but don't usually tend to get very much done because I'm more interested in having a chat with everybody, to be honest. But bring along whatever project you're working on. If you're in our Discord community, I'll leave my link tree in the description box so you can find your way there if you haven't already. It's all free to join. There's a Facebook group as well. You can show us what you're working on in the live stream follow along room if you're in Discord, so that's quite fun as well. This one is going to be an extra special one because we are celebrating passing 4K subscribers. Woo-hoo! Thank you very much, everybody. So exciting. It's also the beginning of a new year, so we're going to have an extra special giveaway. Lots of different prizes which have very kindly been donated by, I put a couple in myself, but also lots of prizes very kindly donated by some of my lovely online arty-farty friends. I'm not going to tell you all about that now because I wanted this to be a relatively short video, but look out for the giveaway posts on Instagram, in Discord and in the Facebook group over the next couple of days. There will be different ways to enter and different prizes for the United States and Canada, for Australia and New Zealand, and for the UK, and for elsewhere in the world. So there's something for everybody, all kinds of prizes related to projects I'm going to be getting started on in the new year. All kinds of lovely things. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a busy, exciting arty-farty party, so I hope as many of you as possible will be able to join me for that. But you will be able to enter the giveaways several different ways by going to the different platforms. So just look out for those posts on the different social media platforms over the next couple of days, and make sure you enter, because the more times you can enter on all the different platforms and the more times you enter, the more chances you've got of winning. And of course you will also be able to enter by joining us in the live chat during the live stream on Saturday. So put that in your diaries. I will put a link to the live stream in the giveaway post as well, so as soon as that's up you'll be able to go and set a notification so you don't miss it. Okay, I think that is all I wanted to cover today. That video was a bit of a shambles, but hopefully it all made sense. If you've got any questions, do ask them in the comments, or find me on Discord, and I'll be happy to help out. Thank you all very much for your support and your friendship over the previous year. Here's to lots more arty-farting in the upcoming year. I'm so excited. I've got so many things in the pipeline. As I say, I won't bombard you with all of them right now, but yeah, there's going to be so much going on, and I'd like to wish you all a happy, healthy and creative 2024. I love a new year, don't you? Okay, I'm going to stop waffling on now. I'm going to go and do a bit more planning and preparing, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks for joining me today, everybody. Happy New Year. Bye. What shambles.